Hi guys, this is Trista at High Fashion Sewing Machines in Grand Junction, Colorado with Bernina Jeff. Today we're going to make some chenille in the hoop with IQ Designer on the Solaris 2.
Can this be done on like a Destiny?
Yes, any IQ Designer.
Wonderful.
Okay, so we're going to go into IQ. And I want to have a grid on, so I'm going to go into the settings and turn my 3/8" grid on. And I actually have the 9.5 by 14 hoop on, so I want to click that to get a line to see and follow. And it's a little bit darker of a line there. You can probably see it better on your own at home, but that's what it is. And I want to stay inside of that size. And actually my fabric is even smaller, so I'm going to go into shapes and grab a square and make it the size I need, which is about 9 inches square. Now if you're in millimeters, you'll want to go into settings, and on page 9 of 12 on the Solaris, you'll switch it to the switch it to the inches here. Okay, and then we can get back to work.
So Trista, I don't see your fingers on the screen. What are you using?
The old mouse with the cord. No Bluetooth mouse, but I definitely have more control when I'm using the mouse. So I'm going to push OK, and I'm actually going to make this a no-sew line. And with my paintbrush, I will touch that, and it grays it out. And now I have a perimeter of where my fabric's going to lay out and my hoop line. So I'm going to go get my line tool, and this is the one I'm going to use with the straight stitch. And let's go with a dark pink. Okay, so now I have the grid on, so I can see the squares. If I grab, oh, I guess I need to get off the bucket and use my tool. Okay, so I'm going from corner to corner. With the 3/8" grid, it gives us, after we sew it out, those are going to be about 1/4 of an inch apart, which is kind of tight for chenille, but it actually turned out pretty well. So you're just going to do this all the way around, or all the way across, fill that in, and then with the hoop line on, you can then go get your eraser, and I really like the square the best. You can change your size, and then I can follow this grid to keep it inside of the hoop I want to use. And if you let go, you undo less if you happen to mess up. Just like that, and you'll go nice and slow all the way around it. And we've got plenty of room up here, so I don't have to worry about it.
So why are you doing that?
I erased these lines so that I can stay inside of my 9.5 by 14 hoop.
Okay.
Okay, so then you're gonna push next, and you'll check your properties. We can link them together. We know we're all on the same stitch. And now right here, this is your stitch length. So I'm in inches, and the stitch length I understand better in millimeters. So I'm going to go back into the settings and find that adjustment, go back to millimeters, and I want to change this to 2.5. Whoa. Too far. Okay. Little touchy there. Push OK. So after it's all filled in, you'll see your stitches. I save it to my memory. I go to set, And if you're on a Destiny, you'll go all the way to the embroidery page and save it there as well. Yes. Now when you get here, you're going to want to turn on your basting stitch. And that's going to tack down your layers. So in the hoop here, I have 4 different layers on a wet and gone tacky stabilizer, and then I just centered those, and I've got 4 different fabrics. And let's see, if I go ahead and start it here, oh, that's safe. Yeah, let's start it. Do the basting stitch.
Do you find that wovens do better, or flannels, or will anything kind of work?
Wovens are really nice. Regular cottons are really nice. I've not tried it with flannel.
You want something that what they call blooms really well when you brush it with a synthetic brush, right?
Yes. So another thing before you even stitch your basting stitch out, you have this little tool, which is really nice to make sure that your fabric is where it needs to be. So with this tool and using up here, turning your laser light on different models, it might be in a different place, but the button looks the same. Just to make sure.
And that'll trace out where your stitch is going to go, right?
Exactly. So here I have a stitched out, completed chenille. And after I stitched it, I took the basting stitch out, and then I took a little pair of scissors and I just snipped right at the edge the top 3 layers, and then I took my seam ripper with the ball underneath and just slid it right across, and it was super slick and easy. And then I took my dish brush and just kind of scrubbed it and worked it. And I did wash this corner of it just to get the what it looks like on the back. And this was trying to do with a stitch around, but really you need just the basting stitch. So I learned really quick, don't do that, just do your basting stitch. And it'll wash out and look really nice. And with this next layer, I have the same colors fabric, I just shuffled them a little bit to get a different effect.
So let's sew a couple of those lines for them.
All right.
Oh, I thought you turned that feature off. Anyway, we didn't need this extra outside line. So kind of live and learn. There's always these adjustments that we learn whenever the tool works.
Interesting.
You know, it might be because you didn't finish the entire thing across.
They'll come out easy enough.
And what if you wanted to make this bigger? Could you kind of attach these together and make like a lap or a quilt as you go sort of thing, huh?
Yeah, that would be fun. That's the only way I'm going to make a chenille quilt.
So there you go. You've got something a good size for, you know, pot holders. You can actually combine a bunch of these together and make a really cool bathroom rug. It'd be nice to step out of the shower onto, because the more you wash them, the nicer and cooler they get. So there we go with Trista, the baby lock girl. and Bernina Jeff at High Fashion Sewing. And if you have questions, you can call us at 970-256-1293 or email me. And please subscribe, and thank you very much.